coming to you from Las Vegas. This is known as Warzone Live, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. East Coast time. Great to be with you. All kinds of things happening. Economic issues are my number one thing. Border issues are my number one thing. DEI issues are my number one thing. We had Don Trump Jr. yesterday, and we finish up with Laura Trump today. Laura, Wayne Allyn, how are you? We got a big guest and a great interview today with Dr. Oz with us right now.
Good to see you. I like your tie, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great to see you. Always great to have you on the show.
Wayne Allyn Root, happy to see you again on the cutting edge of things on your show, whether it's medical, political, you name it, you're on top of it. So just great to hear that. Great to hear that.
So wonderful to be with you again, Wayne. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be with you tonight.
It's great to see you, Wayne. How you been?
Anytime, Wayne. Great to see you.
Hey, Wayne, great to see you, brother.
Hey, Wayne, good to be with you.
Wayne, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Lots going on.
Doing great, Wayne. Glad to be here.
Well, thanks, Wayne. I don't see myself as a hero. I'm just trying to keep this community safe.
This is The War Zone, the official podcast of the Gateway Pundit. 2.5 million unique daily readers. Also on Rumble under Wayne Root, Wayne Allyn Root, or Warzone. Then on weekends, we got our big show, America's Top 10 Countdown on Real America's Voice TV. While everybody else is giving opinions, I give solutions. And some of them Trump takes, some of them he doesn't. I wish he'd take all of them. This is the Mainstream media. No more mainstream media allowed in. Only Mainstream media, meaning raw truth and in-your-face, mother trucker information. The Root's on fire. Welcome to my show, Warzone Live. Monday through Friday, official podcast of the Gateway Pundit from 6 to 8 p.m. East Coast time, 3 to 5 p.m. West Coast time every day.
Warning! The Root's on fire! You're about to experience the most high-octane, pedal-to-the-metal controversial show of your life. Please buckle up and hold on tightly. This station is not responsible for injuries. This is Wayne Allyn Root, raw and unfiltered, with America's favorite conservative rock star. Direct from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. What time is it? It's time for war! Here's your host, 100% raw truth, 100% American made, the warrior, Wayne Allyn Root.
All right, Wayne Allyn Root, welcome to Warzone Live. Great to be with you. Another great day from Trump land. The man is dominating politics. I love when people told me, Trump is finished. No one likes him anymore. He doesn't do anything right. He hasn't backed up his campaign promises. That could be why in every primary, whoever he endorses automatically wins. That could be why. Nothing anybody says makes any sense anymore. Everyone's lying about everything. Every poll is lying. Every liberal is lying. How do you know liberals are lying? Their mouth is moving. Their lips are moving. Oh, my God. And the ones who scream the loudest, you know, I remember I was the Libertarian vice presidential candidate, 2008. I was on their presidential ticket running for president of the United States. I was the vice president on that ticket with Bob Barr as the presidential candidate. And I noticed something, you know, in the inner workings of the Libertarian Party that's exactly the same as what I'm seeing every day in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. The people that scream the loudest are in the minority, not the majority. So you always, in the Libertarian Party, it seemed like they were such a party of anti-Jews. They hated Jews. They hated Israel. They didn't want any money being given to Israel. And yet, a Jewish guy who supported Israel, Wayne Root, almost won their presidential nomination, and I was brand new to the party. No one ever heard of me. No one ever knew me. And I won him over at the convention, and I fell just a couple of votes short of the presidential nomination. And then the presidential candidate said, who else would I name as my vice president but Wayne Allyn Root? And I came up on the stage. You were there, Pitar? And we held hands and held our arms in the air. So a party that hates Jews named a Jew on their presidential ticket. Really? No, it's the people that scream the loudest that always hate Jews. And meanwhile, the majority is the silent majority, and they don't hate Jews. And so far, the Jew haters, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're like 0 for 100. No one they've endorsed or supported has ever won anything. Trump wins everything. And what's Trump? The biggest backer of Israel and Jews. Trump's a Jewish grandfather. Why would he not be? Why would he not be, right? I mean, he's a Orthodox Jewish grandfather, right? Ivanka's kids are Orthodox Jewish. And so he is an Orthodox Jewish grandfather who supports Israel. And he's got the full support of MAGA and the Republican Party and Christians in this country, ironically, because who loves Jews the most? Not Jews. Christians love Israel the most. Christians back Jews the most. And Christians are not being divided by Tucker Carlson. He's failing utterly miserably. Because, you know what I will say? It's a really nice thing to say about America. This is the greatest nation in world history. We all agree on that. It's also the greatest nation ever to the Jewish people. It's always been so nice to Jews. And Christians love Jews and have always backed Jews. The only thing they always say is, I just don't understand why so many of them are so liberal. But Christians are the nicest people in the world when it comes to Jews. They will always back Jews, defend Jews, stand behind Jews, and they will always stand behind Israel. And Trump is with them, and Trump is with me, and I am with them, and no one's with Tucker. He's all by himself out in left field, along with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly. Alex Jones is headed that way. I don't get it. We probably agree on 99% of every other issue, and they're making such a big deal about Jews in Israel. And it's so embarrassing and so humiliating and so wrong and so stupid, so clueless and so ignorant. In any case, I'll write a commentary on that sometime this week or early next week. But right now, I've got a commentary I wrote this morning because it just had to be done today. Proof from Las Vegas that Democrats are possessed by demons and doing the bidding of Satan. They're not even hiding it anymore. Let me start by saying I live in Las Vegas. It's my adopted home for 24 years now. I love it. So this story is no knock on Vegas. The demon Democrats I'm about to tell you about are everywhere across America. Let me start by telling you why I love Vegas. I love Vegas because the sun is out 330 days a year. I love Vegas because we have the best restaurants in the world. I love Vegas because the state income tax is zero. So is the state business tax, capital gains tax, and inheritance tax. And Nevada's property taxes are among the 5 lowest in America. Last I checked, they were number 2 lowest. Even more importantly, because of the thousands of Republicans running away from Los Angeles each month, our state is becoming a red Republican state. Our governor and lieutenant governor are both Republicans, elected 4 years ago. No one thought that was possible. Then 2 years ago in the 2024 presidential election, President Trump won the state of Nevada. This year should be even better. For the first time in decades, Republicans outnumber Democrats in voter registration in Nevada. 60% plus of all these new arrivals from California are registering as Republican. Most important of all, when outsiders think of Las Vegas, they think of the Vegas Strip, which is filled with crime and trash. But my wife and I live in the beautiful Vegas suburb of Summerlin. Over 100,000 people live here. It's the Scottsdale of Las Vegas. There are 300 parks in Summerlin, including 32 major ones. It's clean, beautiful, green, big homes, mostly in gated communities, surrounded by jagged mountains, very little crime, and we vote overwhelmingly Republican. Summerlin is the great secret of Las Vegas. That's why I love living here. So nothing I'm about to say is an indictment of Las Vegas. It's an indictment of Democrats in Las Vegas and everywhere else too. Because I guarantee it's happening all over America, in your community and at your government meetings. Democrats have become the enemy within. They're not your father's or grandfather's Democrat Party. Today's Democrats are radical, vile, violent, mentally ill, communist traitors. They're not a political party anymore. They are a cult out to destroy our country through any means possible. And there is no compromise with radical, crazy, extreme, communist suicide bombers. They are like an hysterical drowning man. When the lifeguard goes to save him, the hysterical drowning man panics and pulls the lifeguard down with him. They both drown. That's what Democrats are doing to us. If we try to compromise with them, they will pull us down and we will drown with them. Look at their cities. They're all third world crap holes out of a zombie apocalypse movie. That's why millions of Americans are moving from blue states to red states. They don't want to drown. There's no compromising with people who hate America, hate capitalism, hate Jews, hate Christians, hate white people, hate themselves, who are open border suicide bombers and who are possessed by demons and dedicate their lives to Satan. The proof was on display on Wednesday morning at the Clark County Commission meeting in Las Vegas. So in other words, Wednesday morning is this morning. 6 of the 7 county commissioners are Democrats because Clark County, which includes Las Vegas, is mostly minority, dominated by illegal aliens, and therefore Democrats dominate the commission. Guess who opened this official government meeting with an invocation? Not a Catholic priest, not a Christian pastor, not a Jewish rabbi. Can you guess? Drum roll, please. The Democrat-dominated county commission asked a representative of the Satanic Temple to give the opening prayer. Yes, a Satan worshiper led the prayer to open a public government meeting. Literally a demonic Satan worshiper with devil's horns on its head. Look at the picture, and I'll send that picture during the break to Daniel, and he'll put it up when we get back, because I didn't have time to do it before. I just finished this minutes ago. But I've got a picture of is it a guy or a girl? I don't even know, of the it with horns on its head. And the Democrat commissioners all bowed their heads as this demonic witch led the prayer. Isn't that what they call themselves? Must be a witch. These people are crazy and dangerous to all of us. And I'm not talking about Satan worshipers. I'm talking about Democrats. Democrats in Las Vegas obviously think this is normal. This is their America, a land of demons, illegals, felons, abortions, welfare queens, and don't forget illegal alien transgenders with AIDS and tuberculosis, and of course, free health care for them, so we get stuck with the bill. So why would this surprise anyone? President Barack Obama and the almost president in 2016, Hillary Clinton, were literally raised and educated on rules for radicals by Saul Alinsky. That was their playbook. That was their Bible. And on page 1, it's dedicated to the devil, Lucifer. And just yesterday, a female Democrat candidate for Congress in Texas publicly announced she wants Jews who support Israel and ICE agents arrested and put into prison camps. All over America, demonic Democrats demand transgender sex change operations for minors. Boys to play in girls' sports and to be in girls' locker rooms. Celebration by government of Muslim holidays. Communist tax and spend policies. Murderers and rapists let right out on the streets without bail by Democrat judges. And illegal aliens given far more support, money, and benefits than hero American military vets or our senior citizens. So what happened at a Vegas County Commission meeting should not surprise anyone, but it should be a strong wake-up call. We have been invaded, we have been infiltrated, we have been sold out, we have been abandoned, we have been betrayed. We are facing the devil himself and his disciples. Democrats have sold out to Satan. Democrats are possessed by demons, or certainly in bed with demonic kissing cousins. What happened in Vegas this morning doesn't stay in Vegas. It's spreading across this country. President Trump calls them Democrats, and they certainly are ignorant and clueless, but tragically, it's far worse. They've become Democrats, and what they stand for and bow their heads for is pure evil. It was all on display in Vegas. I'll text the picture to Daniel in the break. When we come back, let's make sure it's the first thing we show the people, the demon with horns coming out of his head, saying a prayer. Is the American dream still alive? You're damn right. Why do you think 50 million illegal aliens have come here? They're not invading Russia. They're not invading China, and they're not invading Canada or Mexico. They're all coming to America because they believe the American dream is alive. Wayne Allyn, I am joined by Gordon Bond. What an honor. Owner of Bond Arms, one of the great gun manufacturers, all made in the USA, all made in Texas. His website is getbondarms.com. Gordon, what makes Bond Arms different from any other gun manufacturer?
Well, when my brother started the company a long time ago, the regular Derringer, let me see if I can get it in the picture here, was basically known as a cheap, dangerous throwaway gun. This is a 1865 model. Derringers have been around forever. And what he did was take a dangerous gun and just made it very cool by better materials, trigger guard, interchangeable barrels, solid stainless steel. And Wayne, like you saw at the show, people love picking them up and just holding them. And it's just like, they pick it up and it's like, wow, this is like a real gun.
That's great. I saw it. My wife and I were at the show, and she's a gun aficionado even more than I am. And she said it was the best booth at the entire gun show out of thousands of booths was Gordon's booth, Bond Arms. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, Bond Arms is releasing the American 250 edition handgun at a special price only for my fans. Tell us about it.
So one thing that we wanted to do, when I graduated in 1976, it was the bicentennial, and that's all they talked about all year long. And so when this 250th anniversary was coming up, we really wanted to do something special on this. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the stainless steel version. It's 45 long Colt and 410 shotgun shell, very well built. I mean, our guns are built like a tank. People love the quality. They call it a hand cannon, best snake gun you've ever had. There's a beautiful side with the flag and the Liberty. And people just love the way that we do things. I mean, they'll come to our booth every year and just go, wow, what are y'all doing this year? You know, what crazy thing are you doing this year? So the American 250, we're really going to focus on that. We want to give everybody the opportunity to own a piece of history.
Gun. What a beautiful gun. What a gorgeous gun. The engravings. Wow. And I love that name, hand cannon. I want a hand cannon. Mine got delivered today. I'll have them for next week's show. My own personal hand cannon from Bond Arms. How do you get it? Go to getbondarms.com. See the number on the screen, getbondarms.com, or call 817-573-4445. See the disclaimer on the bottom of the screen for certain restrictions. Getbondarms.com. Gordon, thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
RNC Chair Joe Gruters announces 130 lawsuits filed across 32 states to stop Democrats from stealing elections. He's the chairman of the Republican National Committee. He announced that Republicans have already launched 130 lawsuits across 32 states at blocking Democrats' efforts to cheat every single day in U.S. elections. That's his quote. The announcement comes as President Trump recently vowed to unleash a much larger election integrity army than the one Republicans used in 2024, signaling that the GOP is preparing for an all-out legal and ground game fight over ballot security, vote counting, and election procedures. Because, of course, you know the famous saying from Stalin, right? It's not who wins the election, it's who counts the votes that matters, right? And that's the Democrats' philosophy. They're just thieves. All right, Wayne Allyn Root. Hey, Daniel, I sent you that picture. Do you have it ready to put up yet, or we have to wait a little while for that? Put it up. Go ahead. Show the demon that's opening the meeting. Again, it's an opinion show. It's my opinion. But I don't think you have to really imagine much to figure out this is a devil worshiper from a satanic temple who worships Satan, right? What do you call a satanic temple? They worship Satan. That's why it's called a satanic temple. This is the Clark County, Las Vegas Commission meeting this morning, and he or she, it, can't tell what the hell it is, with horns on its head, is giving the opening invocation. I mean, how did everyone in the room not get up and say F you and walk out? F you, you devil witch, and walk out at that moment? How is it not possible? They bowed their heads and they prayed along with a devil worshiper. Oh my God. I realize I sound like a Christian preacher now, but the reality is I feel like a Christian preacher. Because in a world of these people, I'm a Christian preacher. These people are crazy. Absolutely crazy. I am an evangelical Christian preacher on TV compared to these people. What I am is a Jew who realizes common sense. No one can allow a devil worshiper in government. This is crazy. We shouldn't allow satanic temples. We have so much freedom in America. You're allowed to build a satanic temple devoted to Satan? Isn't that what the Air Force is for? Bomb it. Kill all the devil worshippers at once. Wouldn't that be a victory? Oh my God. Our country's insane. Absolutely insane. Everything that everyone ever hid, because I'm sure they were around in 1940, 1950, 1960, everything that everyone hid is now out in the open. You could be openly gay, openly lesbian, openly transgender, openly Satan worshiper, openly atheist, openly hate America, openly root for Iran. Oh my gosh. But before anyone gets me in trouble, I don't really want to bomb anyone. I was being facetious. I was being my usual wise-ass New York self. I would never allow the bombing of a satanic temple on American soil. Obviously, I'm trying to get the point across that this shouldn't be allowed. It's ridiculous. I don't want to kill the people, but I don't want them to be outwardly allowed to preach Satan to America's children. This is crazy. And at the same time that's going on, a sex therapist, Democrat candidate for Congress in Texas, Maureen Galindo. I mean, she looks like a totally normal, kind of attractive woman. She's called for transforming immigration ICE facilities into camps for American Zionists, including a castration center. And she wants to also throw ICE agents in there as well. Galindo's campaign, her name's Maureen Galindo, made a vile pledge. She will introduce legislation to the effect if she gets elected to Congress after baselessly alleging her Democrat runoff primary opponent was being paid to put Jews and Mexicans in concentration camps via Zionist trafficking networks. Very confusing. When Maureen gets into Congress, she'll write legislation so that all Zionism and support of Zionism is undoubtedly anti-Semitic since it's Zionism harming the Semites, her campaign wrote on Instagram last week. These are very confusing people. No one knows what the hell they're talking about. She'll turn the Carnes ICE Detention Center into a prison for American Zionists and former ICE officers for human trafficking. It'll also be a castration processing center for pedophiles, which will probably be most of the Zionists. This is what she puts in our campaign literature. These are insane people. And you know something interesting? I was born a Jew. I don't even know what the word Zionist meant until a year ago. I never heard that name in my life. All Jews love Israel and support Israel. Could be our homeland one day. Someday, when things get bad, like now, might wind up in Israel. That's the only thing I ever knew growing up. I never heard the term Zionist. I don't know what the hell it means. Too confusing. So ridiculous. Democrat Maureen Galindo, running for Congress in Texas, pledges to send American Zionists to internment camps. Meanwhile, a teacher is beheaded in Nigeria as widespread Muslim violence against Christians escalates horrifyingly, is what the headline says. So in Nigeria, the Muslims cut the head off of Christians. And I know in England, they just arrested a pastor, a Christian pastor, for preaching the Bible on the street. I mean, can you even believe this nonsense? It's going on all over the world. You can't be a Christian. You can't be a Jew. You can't be religious, period. You're better off being a devil worshiper from a demonic temple. They'll let you open up official government meetings with the public in attendance, and you should bow your head while the devil worshiper worships the devil. I don't know what world we're living in. Ain't mine. If you don't have a lot of laws and you don't have high taxes, then anybody who's smart can get ahead and achieve whatever they want in life. And Exhibit A and Example A is me and my family, right? My grandfather came here without 2 cents in his pocket, and really America was great to him. And my father was born without 2 cents in his pocket in Brownsville, Brooklyn, on Pitkin Avenue, one of the worst places in the world still to this day. And America was great to him and he became a butcher, but a butcher store owner. That's a big difference. And I'm an SOB, son of a butcher, and America has been great to me. Only in America could these things happen. People like my grandfather wouldn't make it where he came from, Germany, and my father wouldn't make it in any other country, and me, Wayne Allyn Root, listen, I went from an SOB, son of a butcher, in a working class neighborhood in Mount Vernon, New York, on the Bronx borderline, attending one of the worst high schools in America, 4,000 students, so almost 100% black, and a few tough Italian guys, and me, one Jew. I'm joined by Kip Herridge, my old buddy, and an economic expert, CEO of Vertical Research Advisory. His website, VRAinsider.com. As I've explained on this show so many times, VRA has beaten the market in 19 of the last 22 years since Kip founded the VRA in 2003. Over the last 3 years, VRA had an average gain of 37%. Kip, congratulations on your success. I've seen it firsthand for over 22 years. I've read your newsletter for the last 22 plus years. You're my personal financial expert. How do you guys keep beating the markets almost every year when 90% of Wall Street money managers fail to do so?
Well, thanks, Wayne. I worked in that environment for 15 years, worked at Wall Street 15 years, helped take 7 companies public, raised and managed several $100 million. And I know how the groupthink of Wall Street works, and that's not how people make money. 90% of money managers, as you say, don't beat the markets every year. We do. And the reason really is I had great mentors that helped me to create what we call our VRA investing system. It's our proprietary market timing and sector selection system that tells us when to be in the market, when to be out, when to be aggressive, and when to take some profits, and take some money to cash. And that helps us with our sector selection. Again, market timing, those are real keys. And we also love doing individual stock research. So that's where you put our clients and subscribers into, again, ETFs, individual stocks, and we also love Bitcoin and gold, as you know, and silver. In 2003, I recommended gold at $350 an ounce, silver at $5. We recommended Bitcoin at $2,000 in 2017, and combined with those three, we're up over 4,000% in gains for our 40 times your money for our subscribers. So we do things a little differently. 5th and 6th generation native Texans, and we love what we do here in Texas.
Well, I'm a witness to all of it. I've been there for all of it. There's a lot of fear out there today, Kip. What should investors know about the stock market right now?
Yeah, you got to be in this market. That's what investors should know. Look, volatility is the price of admission. It just is. It comes with the territory. But these dips give us great buying opportunities. Look, we've been the most bullish market strategists in America for the last 4 years. We call this the innovation revolution meets the Trump economic miracle meets an absolute ocean of liquidity. Those are our big three. Again, Trump's economic miracle this year is really going to start paying its dues. We expect GDP growth to hit 5% this year. We expect the markets we think this bull market runs into the 2030s.
All right, everyone gets 2 weeks free automatically by going to VRAinsider.com. 2 weeks free. Judge for yourself. VRAinsider.com. Kip Herridge, thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Why is freedom worth defending? Well, because there's nowhere else to go. There's no other country in the world to go to. So where are we going to escape to? We got to make America work. I would ask the opposite question. Why do all you communists and Marxists and socialists want to change America? Why do you stay where you are? And those of you who were born here that want communism, the Bernie Sanders morons, the AOC morons, why don't you just go to the communist countries? Why are you so intent on changing something that works so well in the greatest country in the history of civilization? Who'd be dumb enough to want to change that? Democrats. All right, Wayne Allen Root, the root is on fire. Welcome back. This is the Wayne Stream Media. Don't care if you get offended. I tell you the truth. Wayne Stream Media, not mainstream media. And I'm the biggest MAGA mouth in the world. I'm your Secretary of War, Wayne Allen Root. This is Warzone Live. RootForAmerica.com is my website, and my email is wayneroot@gmail.com. So, a judge blocks ICE agents from conducting arrests at immigration courts in New York. Talk about the devil. Talk about devil worshippers. Talk about demons. Talk about evil. A federal judge issued a ruling on May 18th, it's 2 days ago, barring federal agents from conducting arrests at 3 Manhattan immigration courts. The ruling by U.S. District Judge P. Kevin Castell stemmed from a lawsuit filed by the New York Civil Liberties Union, of course, and other groups on behalf of the DOOR and African Communities Together, which sought to challenge U.S. immigration and customs enforcement policies that allow federal agents to arrest people in immigration courts. Castell had initially declined, this is the judge, Castell had initially declined to block the policy last September, but the plaintiffs later filed a motion in response to a March letter in which the government admitted the 2025 ICE guidance does not and has never applied to civil immigration enforcement actions at immigration courts. In a 15-page ruling on May 18th, 2 days ago, Castell granted the plaintiff's request to stay the ICE policy barring federal agents from arresting people at 3 Manhattan courts on Federal Plaza, Varick Street, and Broadway, except under certain enumerated circumstances. Castell said the government's concession that the 2025 policies did not apply to immigration courts warranted re-examining his previous ruling to correct a clear error and prevent a manifest injustice. If only they worried about my injustice when the IRS tried to destroy my life, and not one judge cared, and not one Democrat cared, and you know what? Not one Republican cared either. No one gave a crap. When a white man who makes money and pays taxes and owns businesses is attacked and persecuted by the IRS, no one gave a crap. Look at the guy on the show yesterday. I heard he was sentenced to 11 years in prison today. The guy was on the show yesterday. He got 11 years in prison, and the judge said, I'm giving you an extra year. It's 10 years plus one. The extra year is for going in the media to attack us. So he got 11 years in prison, and God knows how big a fine. And, of course, he claims he's innocent. I have no idea. But I know one thing. I was innocent, and the proof is 4 years the Obama administration used the IRS to go after me. 4 years and look at every line of every tax return under a microscope like I was having a proctology exam. And you know what they found? Nothing. I didn't owe them 1 quarter. Not a cent. Not a dime. Not a nickel. Nothing. Didn't owe them anything. They couldn't find anything. So you know I'm innocent. So they hounded me for 4 years for no reason. How much money did they spend? Taxpayer money to go after a conservative critic of Barack Obama. Truly unbelievable. So these judges are all out of control, out of control, out of control. And the Democrat Party's out of control, and there's no one to stop them because the judges are out of control. Along those same lines of the demons, unlicensed illegal alien driver caused an accident on a freeway right next to ICE arresting another illegal alien. So Ben Berquam, who's been a guest many times on my shows, host of Law and Border on Real America's Voice TV, captured an incredible moment on camera when an illegal alien crashed his car on the same road as police were arresting another illegal alien driver. Did you have any idea how many of them there are? Oh, and that's something I forgot to say in my column about the demons. I knew there was something I left out, but I was rushing to get it done. If this is what they do openly, can you imagine what they really do in secret and what they really believe in secret? If you're openly allowing devil worshippers to say the opening prayer before a government meeting, do you know what they must do behind closed doors? They must rape little children. They must rape illegal aliens with tuberculosis. I mean, they must kill dogs. They must sacrifice children. These are blood-sucking demons, the Democrat Party. You know, when you see someone do something openly, out in the open, and they're not afraid anymore, and they have no shame, and they don't want to hide it. Do you have any idea what they must do in secret? I got to add that when I'm done with today's show and resend it so it comes out tomorrow with the proper information in it. Because, boy, people need to think about that. Everyone knows you're going to hide that you're a devil worshiper. No, not anymore. I'm a devil worshiper. No problem. Do you know what that means they must do in private? So when you see an illegal alien driver causing an accident on a freeway right next to ICE arresting another illegal alien driver, it must be like 1 out of every 5 cars is an illegal alien. They're everywhere. They're just dominating our country. So let me just read this story, because I've just got this. During the arrest on the side of a highway, and by the way, Andrew Paul, my executive producer, I assume you're listening right now. And so, listen, Ben Berkman would be a great guest on our Real America's Voice TV show on Saturday, or I should say taped on Friday for the Saturday show, to talk about this incident. I would love to have Ben on. So there's a hint for you who'd make a great guest for Saturday. We were just talking about that moments ago. So during the arrest on the side of a highway in Broward County, Florida, Berkman captured footage of a white pickup truck rear-ending another gray pickup truck. The gray truck, driven by an illegal alien, was hit after the driver slammed on the brakes, got into a collision with another car, which drove off as the white truck collided with the rear. Officers rushed across the highway, only to discover another illegal alien driving one of the cars. We're over here picking up one illegal driving his van. And then this happens. The driver slammed on his brakes. The guy hits him. And that guy happens to be an illegal too. The density of the population of illegals in America, most Americans just can't even comprehend it. I mean, literally, we're picking up this guy. This guy's an illegal driver. He gets rear-ended by this guy who's just on his way to work. Another illegal. Crazy. Berkowitz told the Gateway Pundit the driver was discovered to be driving without a license and without insurance. The driver had been arrested multiple times for driving without a license. We have so many illegals in this country. That's the 3rd time I've had that, where we're going one person, we end up getting multiples at the same scene, Berkowitz said. You could look on a road, and it's probably a high percentage of all the vehicles are here illegally. Most of them are driving without a license or insurance and putting every single one of us in danger. Which brings up an interesting point. You know, back, I don't know, 10 years ago, or maybe it was 15 years ago, Nevada gave illegal aliens the right to get a driver's license at DMV. And you know why they said that? First of all, since then, we lost every election until finally so many Californians moved to Nevada who were Republicans that we finally won the governor and lieutenant governor, as I mentioned in my opening commentary, 4 years ago. That was a huge upset. And now I think we're in position to do even better. And then 2 years ago, we won. President Trump won the state of Nevada. But for a while there, for a good 10-year period after we gave illegals the right to vote, we gave illegals the right to have a driver's license, and at DMV, you're automatically registered to vote when you get a driver's license, and there's nothing anyone could do to stop you. So for a while there, we lost every election in Nevada, and it was because illegals were voting. Every election we lost and lost and lost until finally, just like Florida, when all those New Yorkers moved down during COVID. But the ones moving were all Republicans. People didn't understand that. The ones moving from California to Las Vegas are all Republicans running away from California, just like they were Republicans running away from New York during COVID. So we finally have an advantage now, and I think we're going to win big this November. I really do. I think it's going to be much better than 4 years ago and much better than 2 years ago. But the point is, they gave illegals the right to drive. And at the time, they said the reason they gave them the right to drive is because that would allow them to get insurance. If they have a driver's license, they can get insurance. Would you rather have illegals driving our roads with no license and no insurance, they told us. And my answer was, yeah, only because I don't want them getting driver's licenses, because I'm afraid they're going to vote, and they're going to outvote us. And that's exactly what happened. I was right again. But having said that, then I found out the scam. That's how they sold it to Nevada. We'll give them driver's licenses. Now they'll have insurance. They have an accident with you. They're covered. Except guess what illegals did? They went out and got their driver's license, and they got insurance. I think to get the driver's license, to get a registration, you have to prove you have insurance. So they prove they had insurance, and then they drop it the next day. So they still have no insurance, and when they hit you, they're still completely uncovered. So it's all a scam. Everything Democrats want is a scam. Everything liberal rhino Republicans want is a scam. This scam in Nevada was a liberal rhino Republican named Brian Sandoval. He is the reason illegals got the right to to get a driver's license, which gave him the right to vote, which meant no Republicans ever want to get in this state. It's Brian Sandoval who ruined everything. And he's the moron who accepted the excuse that they'll go out and they'll get insurance, which is better for everyone if they have accidents, when in reality they would get the insurance, keep it for 3 or 4 days until their license came, and then get rid of the insurance. Get the scam? More on the topic of mentally insane, demon-possessed liberals. So there's a Democrat Senate candidate in Maine, far left. His name is Graham Plattner. Graham Plattner. And he's got a swastika tattoo on his body. You never thought that day could happen. A swastika tattoo. He claims he didn't know what it meant. And now he's deleted Reddit posts where he mocked a wounded soldier who drew enemy fire away from his squad and says he didn't deserve to live. Where do these people come from? I have no idea where the hell they come from. All right, Great Patriot Store is the sponsor of this segment. Great Patriot Store. If you're sick and tired of supporting woke companies, I have great news for you. You don't have to anymore. This is the answer to inflation. Hundreds of household and personal products you're already buying at your local supermarket or at Amazon or Costco or Walmart. Now you can buy at GreatPatriotStore.com, but their products are much less expensive, higher quality, made with no toxic chemicals, all made in the USA, delivered right to your door at incredible prices. This is how you beat inflation. Over 2 million members, 20,000 a month joining. You should too. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. GreatPatriotStore.com. All right, one of my favorite guests ever, Allyn Pariser's with us, an advocate for GreatPatriotStore.com. He's been a customer for 36 years, almost 4 decades. My wife and I, Cindy, do much of our monthly shopping now at GreatPatriotStore.com. It's an alternative to wokeness. It's run by pro-American conservatives. USA Today voted it one of the best stores in America in 2025. And with all these communists taking over, Allyn Pariser, New York, Seattle, Chicago, promising cheap government groceries or free, you need to buy American. Tell us why.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of our competitors have completely lost it. They've gone totally woke over the years, but our founding axiom is really very simple. For 41 years, we've been focused on manufacturing exceptional products at reasonable prices, made by Americans, here in America, for Americans. And we've expanded. We have manufacturing plants across the United States, distribution plants across the United States. And not only can Americans get the best quality, the best price from Great Patriot Store, in most cases, we can deliver to your front door even faster than Amazon.
So prices are high everywhere. Procter & Gamble and Amazon are considering price increases. How do the prices at Great Patriot Store compare to national brands?
Well, we've got hundreds of products, Wayne, but if you just take a look at one like our laundry detergent, we make it, it's patented, and it's literally almost fractions, almost half the price of our competitors, and you get 96 loads of wash. It's the best value. There's no toxic chemicals in any of our products whatsoever. And if you're looking to lose some of those holiday pounds, you don't need the shots with the LPG-1 drugs. We have something called berberine. Nature's Ozempic is what people are calling it. It's legit, it works, and we've got it at a better price than any of our competitors.
All right, we've got just seconds to go, so be quick. I love your beef. I eat your sirloin and your New York steak all the time. It's kind of breakfast and lunch for me all the time. Why is your beef superior?
Made in America, never, ever any hormones, ever any antibiotics, no mRNA. It's all prime. It's the best quality that you can find at the best price, free shipping, and it's the best beef on the planet.
All right, to get your free gift, that's right, a free gift, purchase the beef and other great American products. You got to be a member. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com, fill out the form. One of their conservative team members will contact you right away. GreatPatriotStore.com. Happy New Year. Thank you, Allyn.
Thank you, Wayne. God bless.
Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root, CEO, conservative TV and radio host, and best-selling author. I believe in America and American exceptionalism. America is now focused on energy independence. Enter Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. It took 40 years to piece together this 40,000-acre giant gas discovery. The first 4,000 feet drilled so far are estimated to contain up to 6 trillion cubic feet of gas, making it one of the largest natural gas discoveries in the Rocky Mountain region in the last 30 years. This is how we power the AI future of America with clean natural gas. Headed by oil and gas legend Mark Bruner, whose previous public companies, Pinnacle Energy and Ultra Petroleum, delivered spectacular returns for investors. At its peak, a $10,000 investment in Ultra Petroleum turned into over $13 million. To learn more about this Lost Soldier oil and gas opportunity, go to lostsoldier.com. Fill out the contact form. That's lostsoldier.com. Hi, this is... All right, Wayne Allyn Roots, director of Qatar and director in Minnesota, right? In Minnesota, I've got Daniel. I've got directors all over the place. They say we're on, so we're on. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. The show looks great, doesn't it? We have a new director in Minnesota, a new production company, and his show looks really good. Qatar's very happy with it. He's been by my side for 35 years, always making sure I look good, and we didn't like the way it looked before. And so we left that production company that was based down in South Florida, and we moved to a new one in Minnesota that also produces our radio show, our nationally syndicated radio show. So we have two for the price of one, and they're doing a great job. Daniel and Jason doing a great job. All right, Patar's throwing articles at me. Thank you, Patar. A lot of disgusting people in the world. Arizona executes a man who killed a victim by dousing him in gasoline and setting him on fire. Wow, these are some crazy people. Crazy people. First of 3 executions scheduled this week in the United States. 53-year-old Leroy Dean McGill was pronounced dead at 10:26 this morning, West Coast time. He murdered James Perez in a 2002 attack in an apartment in North Phoenix. McGill, who had been using methamphetamine and had gone days without sleep, doused Perez and Perez's girlfriend with gasoline while they sat on a couch and ignited them. The girlfriend survived the attack. Perez died from his injuries. He appeared calm and did not resist during the execution. He looked towards witnesses, smiled, and nodded, and said, "I'm going home soon." Oh, boy. Crazy, crazy people. Who would do such a thing? Crazy, crazy people. And speaking of crazy people and speaking of demons, far-left lawmaker who introduced forced vasectomy bill is likely headed to Congress in a major upset. 5-term Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Rabb won the Democrat primary for Pennsylvania's 3rd Congressional District. He secured the Democratic nomination for the seat held by retiring Congressman Dwight Evans. The Pennsylvania state lawmaker's primary victory comes after he unveiled parity legislation in October 2021 to require all inseminators to undergo vasectomies within 6 weeks from having their 3rd child or 40th birthday, whichever comes first, as long as state legislatures continue to restrict the reproductive rights of cis women. This is like calling people Zionists. Cis women. Where do you come up with these complex, stupid names? Trans men, cis women, because they're restricting the reproductive rights of cis women, whatever that means, I guess lesbians, transgender men, and non-binary people. As long as that's happening, there should be laws to address the responsibility of men who impregnate them. I don't know. You're just dealing with people that are just so incredibly evil and weird and strange and bizarre, and they must think they went to a fancy college. I went to Columbia University. You didn't. And yet I don't even know what you're talking about. What is non-binary? What is a cis female? I don't even know why you call someone a Zionist. How about just saying pro-Israel? Zionist. Stupid name. You're just dealing with crazy people. And you talk about America. How about in Germany? State-funded German daycares promote sexual role play for children. A new scandal involving Germany's publicly funded daycare system is igniting outrage after reports revealed young children are being exposed to sexualized role-playing concepts under the banner of education. At the center of the controversy, according to reports from Germany's press, are daycare centers operated by the socialist youth organization Die Falken. Internal materials describe role-playing games with sexual content as part of early childhood development. The damage that they are doing to children is unbelievable. Children aren't gay. Children don't understand what gay means. Children should not be exposed to pornography. The whole thing is idiotic. Germans, they're the dumbest people in the whole world. They killed all the Jews, then they welcomed in all the Muslims. Talk about confused people. Dumbest people in world history. Worst trade in world history. Get rid of the Jews, kill them all, gas them, and then invite the Muslims in. Oh, that was a good trade. That was smart. What a bunch of idiots. What a bunch of idiots Nazis were. What a bunch of idiots modern-day Germans are. These are the dumbest people in the world. And now they want their children to be exposed to porn, talking about gay and transgender issues at the age of 4 in nursery school. And then in the United States, my friends who live in L.A., they're all moving to L.A., all moving to Las Vegas, by the way. Everyone wants out of L.A. They say it's a nightmare there. The crime is so bad. Crime tourism is a thing in Los Angeles as South American burglary rings terrorize the residents. Everybody, my buddy tells me that everybody gets robbed. If you own a home, you're getting robbed. It's almost like automatic. They said there are people that drive around in trucks with ladders, and they just set it up in your house and walk up to the second floor, break the window, jump in your house. Amazing. That's why I've always had very big dogs. When you jump in my house, he's going to rip your penis off your body. Good luck to any man that jumps into my house. Big dogs, baby. 100-pound dogs that are ferocious when they see a stranger. I love it. Zicha Genesis Medicine is the sponsor of this segment. Their medicines to reverse type 2 diabetes. I've been telling you about them. Reverse Parkinson's disease. I've been telling you about them. Reverse the #1 cause of death in the world, small vessel heart disease. To get this medicine to market, they're seeking investors to fund more medical research studies. Zicha is offering investors a royalty of 50% of cash received till they reach 10 times their investment. If you're interested in learning more about this investment opportunity, go to cure-war.com. Cure-war, WAR.com. We'll be right back. Hour number 2 coming up next. Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root, CEO, conservative TV and radio host, and best-selling author. I believe in America and American exceptionalism. America is now focused on energy independence. Enter Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. It took 40 years to piece together this 40,000-acre giant gas discovery. The first 4,000 feet drilled so far are estimated to contain up to 6 trillion cubic feet of gas, making it one of the largest natural gas discoveries in the Rocky Mountain region in the last 30 years. This is how we power the AI future of America with clean natural gas. Headed by oil and gas legend Mark Bruner, whose previous public companies, Pinnacle Energy and Ultra Petroleum, delivered spectacular returns for investors. At its peak, a $10,000 investment in Ultra Petroleum turned into over $13 million. To learn more about this Lost Soldier oil and gas opportunity, go to lostsoldier.com. Fill out the contact form. That's lostsoldier.com. Coming to you from Las Vegas. This is known as Warzone Live, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. East Coast time. Great to be with you. All kinds of things happening. This is the mainstream media, not the mainstream media, and I am the biggest MAGA mouth in the world. We got a great guest. Dinesh D'Souza is with us. Dinesh, we appreciate you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Wayne.
Buckle up your seatbelts. Let's go to war.
Wayne Allyn Root, happy to see you again on the cutting edge of things on your show, whether it's medical, political, you name it, you're on top of it. So just great to hear that.
So wonderful to be with you again, Wayne. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be with you tonight.
It's great to see you, Wayne. How you been?
Anytime, Wayne. Great to see you.
Hey, Wayne. Great to see you, brother.
Hey, Wayne. Good to be with you. Wayne, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Lots going on.
Doing great, Wayne. Glad to be here.
The Root's on fire. Welcome to my show, Warzone Live. Monday through Friday, official podcast, The Gateway Pundit, from 6 to 8 p.m. East Coast time, 3 to 5 p.m. West Coast time every day. This is the Wayne Stream Media. No more mainstream media allowed in. Only Wayne Stream Media, meaning raw truth and in-your-face mother trucker information. As many of you know, I'm an idea man. I don't just criticize like 99% of TV and radios. I contribute with doable solutions. The American people don't like it. I know. I speak to them.
Warning! The root's on fire! You're about to experience the most high-octane, pedal-to-the-metal controversial show of your life. Please buckle up and hold on tightly. This station is not responsible for injuries. This is Wayne Allyn Root, raw and unfiltered, with America's favorite conservative rock star. Direct from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. What time is it? It's time for war! Here's your host, 100% raw truth, 100% American made, the warrior, Wayne Allyn Root.
All right, Wayne Allyn Root from Las Vegas. This is Warzone Live. Great to be with you. It's Wednesday, moving right along. We're almost to Thursday, which means we're almost to Friday, which means the weekend beckons. I love it. I've said this before on the show, and I'm going to say it again. This July, I will be 65 years old, July 20th. And on this, literally, July 1st, I will be on Medicare. Because you get it on the first day of the month of your birthday. So July 1st, I'll be on Medicare. Believe it or not, it's unbelievable. It's impossible to believe. And the years are moving right along. I just think it's crazy. It's crazy. But the one concession I make to aging, the only concession, because I work out 2 hours a day in the gym. I work out twice a day in the gym, morning and night, and take my dog Bubba for a walk every day. So I'm really doing 3 workouts a day. So and I work like an animal. I mean, between this show and I'm about to announce, by the way, it's official. I've got a new nightly TV show that will start in June. I will give you the start date in the next couple of days, maybe by early next week. As soon as we get back for the Memorial Day weekend, I'll have a start date for you and a time each night. The show is on. It's called America Speaks, and I'll be taking calls from all of you. So, I work more than I've ever worked in my life. Nobody works this many hours on TV and radio. I think I'm the only one in America that works this many different shows. But the one concession to aging is I love my weekends. I just love it. I love sleeping late on Saturday and Sunday. I probably sleep till between 8:30 and 9 o'clock both days. For me, that's like a record. And I love just enjoying the weekend and not doing work. I actually get resentful when anyone calls me and wants to do work on the weekend. And I used to get mad at people because I would call them on the weekend if they didn't want to work. I was like, what's the matter with you? But see, I have every right to enjoy Saturday and Sunday when I work Monday through Friday like a dog. Work out like a dog and work like a dog on my political talk show career. So my one weakness is I love my weekends now. I really do enjoy them. And I enjoy going to concerts and sporting events from time to time now, too. I never did that in my life, and Cindy's got me doing that lately, so that's pretty fun, too. I've got a couple of Knights games next week. They're in the playoffs and the Western Conference Finals of the NHL and headed maybe for the Stanley Cup, and I'm going to a couple games next week. So I'm enjoying that as well. My column was out today. I opened hour number 1. A lot of people listen to different hours of this show. So here is the column again to open hour number 2. It's titled Proof from Las Vegas that Democrats are possessed by demons and doing the bidding of Satan. They're not even hiding it anymore. Let me start by saying I live in Las Vegas. It's my adopted home for 24 years now. I love it. This story is no knock on Vegas. The demon Democrats I'm about to tell you about are everywhere across America. So let me tell you why I love Vegas. I had to start and get this out. I love Vegas because the sun is out 330 days a year. I love Vegas because we have the best restaurants in the world. I love Vegas because the state income tax is 0, and so is the state business tax and capital gains tax and inheritance tax, and Nevada's property tax is among the 5 lowest in America. You could own a $4 million mansion in Las Vegas, and your property taxes are like $15,000 a year. And I have friends who live in places like New Jersey and Connecticut and New York, and they own like an average middle-class home for like $500,000, and their property tax is $15,000 a year. And here you're in a $4 million mansion, and it's $15,000 to $20,000 a year. It's just amazing. It's a great place to live. Even more importantly, because of the thousands of Republicans running away from Los Angeles each month, our state is becoming a red Republican state. Our governor and lieutenant governor are both Republicans, elected 4 years ago. Then 2 years ago in the 2024 presidential election, President Trump actually won the state for the first time. This year should be even better. For the first time in decades, Republicans outnumber Democrats in voter registration in Nevada. Right now, Republicans outnumber Democrats in the state of Nevada. 60% of all the new arrivals from California who come here are registering Republican. Great news. Most important of all, when outsiders think of Las Vegas, they think of the Vegas Strip. But my wife Cindy and I live in the beautiful Vegas suburb of Summerlin. Over 100,000 people live here. It's the Scottsdale of Las Vegas. There are 300 parks in Summerlin, including 32 major parks. It's clean, it's beautiful, it's big, it's green, it's got big homes, almost all in gated communities surrounded by jagged mountains. Just beautiful background, very little crime. And votes here, the vote is overwhelmingly Republican. Summerlin is the great secret of Las Vegas. So nothing, and almost everybody who's rich moving from Los Angeles is moving to Summerlin. So nothing I'm about to say is an indictment of Las Vegas. It's obvious I love it. It's an indictment of Democrats in Las Vegas and everywhere else too, because I guarantee it's happening all over the USA, in your community, and at your government meetings. Democrats have become the enemy within. They're not your father's or grandfather's Democrat Party. Today's Democrats are radical, vile, violent, mentally ill, communist traitors. They're not a political party anymore. They are a cult out to destroy our country through any means possible. They're also a terrorist organization. That's what they really are, a domestic terrorist organization. And there is no compromise with radical, crazy, extreme, communist, suicide bomber terrorists. They're like an hysterical drowning man. When the lifeguard goes to save him, the hysterical drowning man panics and pulls the lifeguard down into the water with him. They both drown. That's what Democrats are doing to us. If we try to compromise with them, they will pull us down and we will drown with them. Look at their cities. They're all third world crap holes out of a zombie apocalypse movie. That's why millions of Americans are moving to red states. They don't want to drown. They don't want their kids to drown. There is no compromising with people who hate America, hate capitalism, hate Jews, hate Christians, hate white people, hate themselves, who are open border suicide bombers and who are possessed by demons and dedicate their lives to Satan. Do you want to compromise with them? I don't. The proof was on display on Wednesday morning at the Clark County Commission meeting in Las Vegas. 6 of the 7 county commissioners here are Democrats because Clark County is mostly minority, dominated by illegal aliens, and therefore Democrats dominate the commission. Guess who opened this official government meeting with an invocation? Not a Catholic priest, not a Christian pastor, not a Jewish rabbi. Can you guess? Drum roll, please. The Democrat-dominated county commission asked a representative of the Satanic Temple to give the opening prayer. Yes, a Satan worshiper led the prayer to open a public government meeting. Literally, a demonic Satan worshiper with devil's horns on its head. I say it's because I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but it had devil horns on its head. Look at the picture. It has horns. Daniel, put the picture up as I'm reading this. It has horns. And the Democrat commissioners, instead of walking out, of course, they invited her, so, or him or it or whatever it was. But the Democrat commissioners all bowed their heads as this demonic witch led the prayer. I assume that's what they call themselves, witch. I don't really know that to be a fact, but I'm assuming anyone who loves demons is a witch. These people are crazy and dangerous to us all. And I'm not even talking about the Satan worshipers. I'm talking about Democrats. Democrats in Las Vegas obviously think this is normal. This is their America. A land of demons and illegals and felons and abortions and welfare queens. And don't forget illegal alien transgenders with AIDS and tuberculosis. And of course, free health care, so we get stuck with the bill to treat their AIDS and tuberculosis. But why would any of this surprise anyone? President Obama and almost President Hillary Clinton, because remember, she was supposed to beat President Trump in 2016. So President Obama and our almost President Hillary were literally raised and educated on rules for radicals by Saul Alinsky. That was their playbook. That was their Bible. And on page 1, it's dedicated to the devil, Lucifer. It's dedicated to the devil, Lucifer. Do I want to say that again? It's dedicated to... Can you imagine reading a book that on page 1 is dedicated to the devil? And just yesterday, a female Democrat candidate for Congress in Texas publicly announced she wants Jews who support Israel and ICE agents arrested and put into prison camps to be castrated. Oh my God. All over America, demonic Democrats demand transgender sex change operations for minors. They demand boys playing girls' sports in girls' locker rooms. They celebrate Muslim holidays. Oh my God. Communist tax and spend policies. They let murderers and rapists right out on the streets without bail. And illegal aliens are given far more support, money, and benefits than hero American military vets or senior citizens who worked their whole lives in America. So what happened at a Vegas County Commission meeting probably shouldn't surprise anyone, but it should be a wake-up call. We've been invaded. We've been infiltrated. We've been sold out. We've been abandoned. We've been betrayed. We're facing the devil himself and his disciples. Democrats have sold out to Satan. Democrats are possessed by demons, or certainly in bed with demonic kissing cousins. What happened in Vegas yesterday morning doesn't stay in Vegas. It's spreading across the country. President Trump calls them Democrats. And they certainly are ignorant and clueless, but tragically, it's far worse. They've become Democrats. And what they stand for and bow their heads for is pure evil. Pure evil. And as I said in hour number 1, I left something out. I'm going to go back and redo it as I put it out tomorrow. That if this is what they do in public, can you imagine what Democrats do in private? They must be sacrificing children. They must be raping. They must be pedophiles raping little kids and babies. These are sick people, man, if you believe in demons. RNC Chair Joe Gruters announces 130 lawsuits filed across 32 states to stop Democrats from stealing elections. He's the chairman of the Republican National Committee. He announced that Republicans have already launched 130 lawsuits across 32 states at blocking Democrats' efforts to cheat every single day in U.S. elections. That's his quote. The announcement comes as President Trump recently vowed to unleash a much larger election integrity army than the one Republicans used in 2024, signaling that the GOP is preparing for an all-out legal and ground game fight over ballot security, vote counting, and election procedures. Because, of course, you know the famous saying from Stalin, right? It's not who wins the election, it's who counts the votes that matters, right? And that's the Democrats' philosophy. They're just thieves. President Trump wants to make America the energy capital of the world, make America energy independent again. Here is a project that could help accomplish that, or certainly go a long way to helping accomplish it. I'm so proud to introduce you to a real America hero of the energy industry, Mark Bruner, founder and CEO of Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. Mark is a second-generation oil and gas legend whose companies have created more than $15 billion in shareholder value, including Ultra Petroleum. But Lost Soldier could be bigger than Ultra Petroleum, with what could be the largest gas discovery in the United States in 100 years. It's 40,000 acres. It took them 40 years to piece it together in Wyoming. Mark, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you again, Wayne.
Tell us more about Lost Soldier. What have you got?
Well, I think we've got a really big gas field. I mean, in order to understand why it's just being done now, you got to understand the history. There was a uranium mine out here, and whenever there was a meltdown by 3 Mile Island, they started reclamating this mine and shut it down. 3 years ago, I got a call that basically asked me if I would drill it because they finally got the release and the reclamation was over and they had permits to drill it. So we drilled it, and it's the biggest discovery that I've ever made, okay? It's basically deep overpressured gas. Starting at around 13,000 feet, it's like a layer cake. It's just zone after zone of overpressure is what it is. So we're very excited about it. The other great thing is that it's surrounded by infrastructure, legacy fields that are essentially run out, and billions of dollars of infrastructure is there for us to utilize, and we don't have to build it. We're building a 5-mile line to hook into that infrastructure, and we believe we can produce up to 400 million a day within 36 months to fill that line, and then we're going to build a bigger line. That's the plan, and yeah, we couldn't be more excited.
Very
Wayne,
exciting.
what we have.
Hey, Mark, listen, I want to make sure people that contact you, if they're accredited investors and they want to hear more about the project, they want to get involved, they go to lostsoldier.com. Lostsoldier.com. Mark's got a whole team. Every one of them has 40 plus years of experience in the energy and oil business, and they will contact you, call you back, or email you back. Why is freedom unique to America? I think I already covered that. Same air, same land, same sea as Mexico and Canada, but we got the lowest taxes. We've got the lowest regulations. We allow people to actually make money and achieve here and do well, and that's what creates mobility and opportunity, and we're the least woke. All right, Wayne Allyn Roots. Sad news leading off the UK Daily Mail. We know Tiger Woods battling his demons and his alcoholism or drug addiction or whatever the hell he's got that causes accidents every 5 minutes. And, of course, we know that his girlfriend has been Donald Trump's ex-daughter-in-law, Vanessa Trump, the ex-wife of Don Trump Jr. And Vanessa Trump announces breast cancer diagnosis. Vanessa's cancer fight. So here's a beautiful gal, beautiful, blonde, gorgeous gal. And first her husband divorces her, and then she's dating Tiger Woods, and then he turns out to be an addict, and he screws up his car for the 99th time. I think he's had 3 major car accidents, all of them while he looks glazed in his eyes. And so she's hanging out with a drug addict, and now she's got breast cancer. Life has a way of ripping people's lives apart, doesn't it? Just, what did Reverend Schuller used to say? Bad things happen to good people all the time. All the time, and no one can explain why. No one has any idea why. Maybe it's just God testing us. I don't know. Here's the good news. Here is some good news out there. And I said this yesterday in a tweet. I said lots of good things are happening, but we only like fester on the bad things. You got to see the glass is half full. First of all, major victory for South Carolina Republicans as redistricting map clears the House. So the South Carolina House of Representatives approved a new congressional map Wednesday, sending the redistricting bill to the state Senate after Democrats attempted to slow the process with hundreds of amendments. The new map, approved by the House, passed the lower chamber with a final vote of 74-36. It would create a 7-0 Republican congressional delegation by drawing out Representative Jim Clyburn, Democrat from his current district. It's part of a special session called by South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster. So that's the good news. Good news. So that'll be another. We're going to get about 10 new seats, and no one that I know of is talking about this, unless I'm seeing this wrong, which I know I'm not. But no one else is mentioning it. That doesn't mean you added 10 seats. It means you add 20 seats because you're taking 10 away from the Democrats, and you're electing 10 new Republicans in districts that were 10 Democrats. That's a plus 20. So Republicans have I believe it's a 6-vote lead right now, very slim 6-vote lead, which means 3 seats in the United States House. But if you add 20 to 6, my math says 26-seat lead. Democrats aren't going to win 27 seats. As a matter of fact, I think in the whole United States, there are only something like 30 seats that could actually possibly be flipped from Republican to Democrat or Democrat to Republican. And it's not all one way. It's both parties. There's almost no seats flippable in the United States House. Everyone is in a safe Republican district or a safe Democrat district that wins year after year. So you have a chance at maybe tops 25 seats, maybe 30 in the whole United States. One party or both parties have 30 possible seats they could flip. And if we have a 26-seat lead, that's impossible. So I think I'm knocking on wood, if President Trump can get us out of this Iran conflict in a reasonably short period of time and get gas prices back down again, and interest rates would then start to drop because inflation would drop. If all of that happens before the midterms, I don't think Democrats can win. Not only do the odds say they're going to win, but I don't even think they can win because of this 10-seat advantage. Of course, you have to close in every one of these. You got to get the 10 seats. It's not a sure thing, but it looks like we're going to pick up 10 seats and probably another 10 before 2028. So that's 20. That's a 40. That's a 40-seat turnaround. Republicans going to dominate the House for years to come if that's true. So you better win the midterms because Democrats could screw things up by winning the midterms. So I don't know that anyone else has thought about this, but 10 seats is 20 seats. That's an unbelievable, formidable job for Democrats to now win the House. I don't think it's going to happen now. Thank God for the Supreme Court. They saved us because the Senate sure didn't save us. The Republican Senate is a do-nothing Senate. They've achieved absolutely nothing. They couldn't pass the SAVE Act in reasonable time. I don't believe they're going to pass it ever. But if they do, it'll be too late. When there's legal challenges, it'll never be in place for the election. And as I've been saying, with lots of urging by my election expert, John Goodman, the only thing Trump has to do now to seal the deal is to declare a national security emergency for elections. They can't overcome it with legal challenges. Only a 2/3 vote in both houses of Congress can overcome a national emergency declaration by the president. That's how we close the deal. All right, Energized Health is the sponsor of this segment and this show. I lost 25 pounds of fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle in only 88 days to start the program. I look like a different person. They reverse aged me. They were my fountain of youth. That's me literally 15 years ago when I was 50 years old, and that's me today, about to turn 65 in the gym. Go to EnergizedHealth.com, learn all about it. EnergizedHealth.com, just say war for Wayne Allyn Root and get 40% off and go on the same journey as me. EnergizedHealth.com, great interview coming up next. Why is the 250th anniversary of America important? Well, that's a no-brainer, right? We're the greatest nation in the history of civilization. No one else has ever come close. And what's great about America is we have the same air, we breathe the same air, and we swim in the same ocean water as Mexico and Canada. And I hate to say this, but both those countries are nothing. I mean, Mexico's a nothing and Canada's a nothing. And America's the greatest nation in the history of civilization. Why? We share the same land, the same water, the same air. There's something in the air, and I believe it's just that America, the people who come here are patriotic, the people who come here are optimistic, the people who come here believe in themselves and believe in this country and have a passion and a love for this country. And this country responds in kind by giving the most incredible mobility and opportunity in the world, and that's because of low taxes and very light regulation. Those are the two things in life that matter to me, taxes and regulation. So I've been telling you about Zicha Genesis Medicine, and it's medicines to reverse type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and the number one cause of death in the world, small vessel heart disease. That form of heart disease is responsible for about 1/3 of the deaths in the world, and therefore 1/3 of everyone watching. Joining us now is the CEO of Zicha Genesis Medicine, Dan Montano. Dan, your company's making some great medical advancements. Update on what you're doing in regard to brain disorders like Parkinson's disease.
First, Wayne, thank you for your support of yours and your people. It's been fantastic. Neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's disease, we believe are vascular disruption in the brain. A stroke, dementia, Alzheimer's are all the same. But let me show you a Parkinson's patient because a video is worth 1,000 words. This is Matt Davis. You see the date, May 23. He's being asked to lift his right foot. You can see that he can't lift it because his Parkinson's is so bad. He is in a wheelchair. He cannot walk. That is May 2023. We then dosed him, and here he is, April of 25, walking by himself down the driveway. He is unassisted, walking for the first time in 4 or 5 years. Wow. But it gets better, Wayne, because after 6 more months of dosing, he's playing catch, ball back and forth. This is a person who is improving from Parkinson's, recovering, not declining like everybody else you've ever heard of. We have 250 people like him.
Dan, that is amazing. Tell my fans about Zicha's investment opportunity.
It's very simple. People invest in funding a clinical study like the one on Parkinson's. We pay them 10 times their investment over from a royalty of 50%. If they're not happy at 48 months, I pay them double their money. And this allows us to pull forward a lot of the research we've done, like chronic wounds, Parkinson's, etc.
It sounds too good to be true. How do you justify that?
Very simple. Take the type 2 diabetes. The investors put up $5 million for the study. We pay them $50 million. The marketplace applications are probably $100 billion for us over the next 7 years. Who wouldn't pay $50 million to get $100 billion?
Unbelievable. That's an amazing story. If you're interested in learning more about this investment opportunity, go to cure-war.com, cure-war.com. Wouldn't it be great to make money and help cure disease at the same time? That's cure-war.com. Thank you, Dan. God bless you.
Bless you. Bye-bye.
Updated 9 worst words. I've updated it to I'm Mayor Zohran Mandami and I'm here to help. And that is the 9 worst words in English language. I'm Mayor Zohran Mandami and I'm here to help. Thank you, God, for New York City Mayor Zohran Mandami. He is manna from heaven for Republicans. He's the greatest Republican salesman in history is what he is. Why do you think President Trump was so nice to Mandami when he visited the White House? It was like the cat being nice to the mouse or the wolf being nice to the sheep, or Democrats being nice to middle-class voters while they campaign. It was all an act by President Trump. Like me, he wanted Mandami to be Mandami, to be the radical communist he truly is, to show America how communism really works. And Trump was thrilled to give Mandami enough rope to hang himself. Metaphorically, of course, we're talking, not really. Nobody's talking about really hanging anybody, but politically hang himself, financially destroy the city of New York, and show us how communism works. Welcome back. Great guest with us. If you like guns, if you like the Constitution of the United States, I got a great guest. His name is Gordon Bond. He is the owner of Bond Arms. His website is getbondarms.com, getbondarms.com. Gordon Bond, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing great, Wayne. Good to be here.
All right. What makes Bond Arms unique? How are you different than other gun manufacturers? And I asked that question even though I know the answer because I've been to the gun show and I saw the crowds around your booth because your guns are so beautiful. They're works of art. But tell everyone out there.
Well, in a sea of black semi-automatic guns, we really stand out because our guns are all stainless steel, very beautifully made, built like a tank. They're double barrel. It's actually the design, a Derringer base design that's been around probably close to 180 years now. And so what we've done is we've just brought it into the 21st century, made it really cool. People love them. I mean, like you when you came to the booth, you picked it up. It was, the first impression is like, wow, this is like a real gun. And
well, it's not just a gun; it's a hand cannon. And it's built like a tank.
Yeah,
and it's a work of art.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. Hand cannon.
Hand cannon. I love it. So to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States, 250 years of independence for the United States, Bond Arms is releasing the America 250. It kind of goes hand in hand with our great president, President Trump, having the biggest celebration in history this year for the 250th anniversary. You've got the gun. It's got the artistic work on it. It's beautiful. You've also got, by the way, you keep pushing that gun, but yet you've got beautiful guns with Trump on them and Melania on them for the ladies. You've got a whole variety of great guns, but let's talk about the 250 today.
All right. So when I graduated high school back in 1976, it was the bicentennial, 1776, and that's all they talked about all year long. And so when the 250th came up, we wanted to do something special on this. So we did the American 250. It's got some great engraving on it. This is the see if I can get it lined up here. The black Cerakote. I think y'all may have a better picture of it there. But this one, is a little bit higher priced, and then we've got a more affordable version, which is the all stainless steel, half polished, half bead blast, and just beautiful gun. And these shoot 410 shotgun shells and 45 long Colt, and so we're pretty well known for big caliber guns. And on this, the American 250, it says the land of the free. And I know you guys have a better picture there that you can see, but we also have a version called America and Land of the Redneck. And this one is very special because we're known for big caliber, and this one shoots a 45-70.
Wow, you could take an elephant down with the bullets you got for your guns.
Oh yeah,
that is amazing. They've all got these giant chambers that hold these giant bullets. I've got mine here, by the way. Gordon was showing you his, but here are my beautiful guns, and they are just gorgeous. And they are the America 250. I got it in black, and I've got it in silver. I'm always careful when we're on the air. I don't want to put my finger anywhere near the trigger. They're not loaded, by the way, but it's just never a good idea to put your finger near a trigger when you're showing this off to people. So I'm just trying to be careful while I hold them in both hands in front of the camera. So how can my fans get this special edition America 250, and what's the special price just for my fans?
So if you go to getbondarms.com, there'll be some information there. You can fill out for your email address for a brochure. Actually, we have a promotion going on right now, and you'll see this on the website. If you just fill out your name and information, we're going to give away one of the black Cerakoted versions of the American 250 at the end of June. And so make sure you get your name on the list for that. That's a beautiful.
But for my fans, Gord, it's $4.99 for that beautiful gun. That's a work of art that you could pass down to your family that celebrates America's 250th anniversary. The America 250 by Bond Arms.
That's right.
$499, $100 off for my fans, and you can enter the little contest to get one free as well by June. So lots of interesting things. Describe some of your other firearms. What are the most unique firearms you've got? I think I gave a little bit of away. You got a Trump one, you got a Melania one, you have all kinds of interesting works of art, but they're usable. They're real guns. Yeah, they're just beautiful.
Absolutely. We've been well known. We've been in business for 30 years now. We have a tremendously good reputation out there in the industry. People love our quality. We have a huge fan base. And, for those who, are looking for something unique, boy, howdy, do we have it here. And people just love the quality. They love the fact that we do really big calibers. We go all the way down to 22 long rifle, but we don't do a whole lot of those because people are not really interested in the 22 in our type of gun. They want the 38, the 9mm, the 45 long Colt, the 50 AE. We even have one of our guns is a 50 cal. And one of our most unique guns that we're getting ready to introduce, probably start actual production in July, is the new Lever-B. And we built the first 60. And you're going to be the first one to hear this, Wayne. We're going to sell about 45 of those guns as collector item guns. They're going to be a little bit more expensive. This should retail for $1,600, but these first guns, they're going to be collector items because this is such a unique lever action AR, regular 30 round mag, 223, 556. And so if anybody's interested in that, contact us at our website. And
Gordon, not only is that beautiful, by the way, $1,600 is a very reasonable price for that. I've seen the prices in stores for big guns, and they're all that or higher. So that's a very reasonable price. So, and if it's going to be a collector's edition, you can get in now at a very reasonable price. And eventually, if you even want to ever give it up, sell it for a much higher price. Yeah. But do you have, by any chance, the Melania gun nearby, the pink women's version of the Melania gun? I think that is so adorable. And I think my female fans will just love that, or the men getting it for their wives will just love it. He's looking for it. I hope he has it. There we go.
We just got back from the NRA show, and I don't have it in here right now. It's in our case with all of our show guns.
Describe it, though. Describe it.
So it is a black Cerakoted finish, sort of like this one, except it's one of our smaller guns. And actually had one under a piece of paper here. So so there's the Melania. And so you've got the rose colored highlights, the First Lady, class, strength, and beauty. And on the other side, you got the flag. This one's been very popular at the shows, especially for the ladies. This is a 38 caliber, so very light recoil, especially in our type of gun. And so this one.
And I think you can get it with an interchangeable pink handle, can you not?
We do have pink grips, not for that particular one though. So
okay, but you do have pink guns for ladies. I knew I'd throw one.
Yes.
I was just confused it with the Melania. Okay, cool. So how does the process work? Once my fans go to getbondarms.com, what happens next?
When you go there, like I said, you could put your email in, you can get a brochure, or you can click on any of the guns there that you'll see, which are mostly our most current ones, and like the America 250. It'll take you to our webpage. You can get information there. You have to go through a FFL gun dealer to order the gun. If you have trouble finding a dealer to work with, call us at 817-445. I'm sorry, 817 573-4445, and we can direct you to a dealer in your area to help you.
Repeat that number again, Gordon. Repeat it again.
817-573-4445.
573-4445. Got it. 817. Got it. All right. So laws vary by state, correct? Not everyone can buy these guns. Where are some states where they cannot get these guns?
These guns are not legal in California. We don't sell in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C.
All the places you need them, you can't get them.
You can't get them. And so, but just about everywhere else, I mean, just about any dealer can get those for you. So,
and if you live in a red state, you're probably in the clear. You can
you're
get
in,
them, right?
You're in good shape there.
All right. So get your America 250. Supplies are limited. Go to getbondarms.com, getbondarms.com, or call 817-573-4445, 817 area code 573-4445. When you go to getbondarms.com, you can register for their contest where they're giving away a beautiful gun, the America 250, or you could just go ahead and buy a few of the America 250s, one for you, one for your spouse, one for your kids. They're works of art. They're beautiful, and they're only $499 because you're a fan of Wayne Root at getbondarms.com. Last question, Gordon. Any new interesting guns on the drawing board that you could talk about?
We're really focused on getting the lever gun launched. We've been working on this for about 3 years. At SHOT Show in 2023, we showed it as a prototype, ended up winning Recoil Magazine's Best Firearm of Show. And the overwhelming response we got, we came back going, wow, we got to figure out how to get these things made. So we've been working on that for the last 3 years, and we are right at that point where we're going to start shipping guns, like I said, probably in July.
And
so
your
we're excited
America
about
250, that must be the big one this year, is the America
Oh, yeah,
250
absolutely.
for the 250th anniversary of our independence. So great stuff. Bond Arms, the most creative gun dealer in the United States of America, which probably makes them the most creative gun dealer in the world, because where else are guns made in the rest of the world like they do here in the good old USA? By the way, it's important to note, all his guns made in the USA, made in the great state of Texas. Bond Arms, go to getbondarms.com. Getbondarms.com. It's only $4.99 to get the America 250, the most beautiful hand cannon you'll ever get, or call them at 817-573-4445. Thank you, Gordon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root from Vertical Research Advisory, VRA. Kip Herridge's one-of-a-kind global investment and economic newsletter. Listen up! Trump is in charge. The glory days are here.
Growth rates are only going to grow from here.
This is your 4-year window to make a fortune and set up your retirement for the rest of your life. Kip wins whether the markets are up or down, whether the economy is up or down.
We set our folks up for long-term success.
For 21 years, Kip's been a friend, as well as my personal financial advisor. During that time, he's beaten the markets 86% of the time, while the average Wall Street money manager loses the market 90% of the time. Now Kip is predicting a new golden age for the economy. Let Kip prove it to you for free. Kip's offering his daily VRA investment letter completely free for 2 weeks. Free for 2 weeks. Try it for 2 weeks. I know you'll stay for life. Join now at VRAinsider.com. Trump wants to make America the energy capital of the world, make America energy independent again. Here is a project that could help accomplish that, or certainly go a long way to helping accomplish it. I'm so proud to introduce you to a real America hero of the energy industry, Mark Bruner, founder and CEO of Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. Mark is a second-generation oil and gas legend whose companies have created more than $15 billion in shareholder value, including Ultra Petroleum. But Lost Soldier could be bigger than Ultra Petroleum, with what could be the largest gas discovery in the United States in 100 years. It's 40,000 acres. It took them 40 years to piece it together in Wyoming. Mark, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you again, Wayne.
Tell us more about Lost Soldier. What have you got?
Well, I think we've got a really big gas field. I mean, in order to understand why it's just being done now, you got to understand the history. There was a uranium mine out here, and whenever there was a meltdown by 3 Mile Island, they started reclamating this mine and shut it down. 3 years ago, I got a call that basically asked me if I would drill it, because they finally got the release and the reclamation was over, and they had permits to drill it. So we drilled it, and it's the biggest discovery that I've ever made. Okay, it's basically deep overpressured gas. Starting at around 13,000 feet, it's like a layer cake. It's just zone after zone of overpressure is what it is. So we're very excited about it. The other great thing is that it's surrounded by infrastructure, legacy fields that are essentially run out, and billions of dollars of infrastructure is there for us to utilize, and we don't have to build it. We're building a 5-mile line to hook into that infrastructure, and we believe we can produce up to 400 million a day within 36 months to fill that line, and then we're going to build a bigger line. That's the plan, and yeah, we couldn't be more excited.
Very exciting.
What we have.
Hey, Mark, listen, I want to make sure people that contact you, if they're accredited investors and they want to hear more about the project, they want to get involved, they go to lostsoldier.com. Lostsoldier.com. Mark's got a whole team. Every one of them has 40 plus years of experience in the energy and oil business, and they will contact you, call you back, or email you back. This is Wayne Allyn Root. If you're sick and tired of supporting woke companies, I have great news for you. You don't have to anymore. You can shop where my family shops at GreatPatriotStore.com. My team researched thousands of companies for my best-selling book, The Great Patriot Boycott Book, and one stood out above all, GreatPatriotStore.com. This is the answer to inflation. hundreds of household products that you're already buying. Much higher quality, no toxic chemicals, delivered right to your door at incredible prices. 20,000 American families are joining every month, and you should too. And now they've got the beef, pasture raised with no hormones, antibiotics, or mRNA ever, exclusively available only to their members. Like Costco or Sam's Club, you need to become a member. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com, fill out the form, and they'll contact you right away. And boom, you're a member. For a limited time, the annual membership is $1. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. That's GreatPatriotStore.com. All right, Wayne Allyn Root. I was mentioning this crime tourism in the last segment. I wanted to explain what that is. So, in what should alarm every family in Southern California, authorities have dismantled another cell of South American gang members responsible for a wave of brazen home invasions across L.A. 7 suspects, including 4 Colombian nationals, now face justice after terrorizing residential neighborhoods where homeowners believed they were safe behind locked doors. This is not random street crime. It is organized, international, and enabled by the very policies that treat borders as suggestions rather than defenses. So this is going on in the richest neighborhoods in L.A. One chilling case involved a 22-year-old Chilean national, Kevin Diaz, charged with 18 felonies after smashing through the back door of a Rexford Drive home while a family of 4 was present. The homeowner barricaded himself in a bathroom and called for help as Diaz fled with stolen goods. Investigators linked him to at least 17 other burglaries. A female victim, home alone with her children during one intrusion, described the raw fear. When someone breaks into your home and you don't know what they want, it's terrifying. You are afraid for your life and safety. And you know, this is 2 things. Well, 3 things. Number 1, open borders. This happens because of open borders. Number 2, it happens because of liberal judges and liberal prosecutors backed by Soros that let everybody out without bail. So nobody feels like they're going to be in trouble if they rob a house. And then you have California legislators who passed some sort of bill. Again, I don't live there anymore. I've lived there in 24 years. My understanding is they passed a bill that makes robbing a home just a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. And from that point on, the home robberies exploded. Just like it's only a misdemeanor to steal from a store if it's less than $1,200 of goods. So everybody walks in and takes out, they count. They're good at math. They count right up to like $1,150 and they walk out of the store laughing because you can't do anything to them. It's a ticket. But a policeman has to be there to give you a ticket. No cops show up. Certainly not in time, so no one even gets a ticket. And then last but not least, this is about guns. You know, you have all these LA homeowners, and this woman is saying how afraid she is. And I understand. I feel her fear. You know, I'm a strong guy. I work out 2 hours a day in the gym. If I see a gang of 3 rough hooligans break into my house, I'd be scared to death. Can you imagine a woman with children? But the great equalizer is a gun. You shoot them in the head. You blow them away. They're going to run like little sissies. Are you kidding me? The minute you shoot the gun towards them, number 1, you might kill them. Number 2, you might injure them and blow their leg off, and they'll be bleeding on the floor, begging you for an ambulance. But you may miss them. Who cares? They're going to run for their lives. Guns. You got to have guns. Liberals are scared of guns. California doesn't want you to have guns. You're all morons. A woman, the smallest 4'9" woman, against a 6'4", 280-pound man. It doesn't matter. She's got a gun. She's got a .357 Magnum. There's nothing that you can do to hurt her if she's armed with a gun, unless you get the gun away from her. So you got to be sitting there at night with some sort of because you have kids, you can't have a gun sitting out in the open. But if you're a senior citizen, you can. If you have no kids in the house, you got to be eating dinner, watching TV, and you got a gun right next to you, loaded and ready to go. If you have kids, you keep it in a special area that's within reach very quickly, and you blow them away. There's all kinds of secret compartments nowadays. You can order them online, secret compartments for guns. They'll send you like a painting on your wall, and you tap the painting and a drawer comes out, and that's where a gun is right away, ready to go. No kid's going to find it. So the whole thing is, if they knew you were going to blow them away, they wouldn't be breaking in large numbers. And if they knew they'd be arrested and sent to jail for 30 years and lose their entire life right from the age of 20 to 50, they wouldn't be so quick to rob you either. There'd be no robberies if they knew the police would actually arrest them, the judges would actually put them away for 30 years, and the homeowners were all armed and ready to kill them. It's that simple. And if the borders weren't open, they wouldn't be here. And that's Democrats, and Democrat judges, and Democrat politicians, and Democrat police chiefs that don't want you to have a gun. So simple. Trump was out trolling Ken Paxton's future Democrat opponent, because Paxton's about to win the Senate primary. He will absolutely beat John Cornyn. Cornyn's career is over because Trump endorsed Paxton. And Trump said he's wearing a mask 6 months ago and he's a vegan. And you know, that is a real put down of somebody. Let me tell you, we don't want to elect vegans with masks. That is not a good move. Vegans with masks, no good. The U.S. DOJ has indicted former Cuban dictator Raul Castro for murdering Americans 30 years ago. I think that's great. And Trump moves to squeeze illegal aliens out of the U.S. financial system with a new executive order targeting banking accounts, right? So now if illegals can't have bank accounts, they're going to leave. They're going to leave. This is what we want. We want forced self-deportation. Good job, President Trump. Let me mention on the way out, Freedom Fest. It's going on at Caesars July 8th through 11th. It's a great event. You meet famous speakers, authors, economists, health experts, political leaders. This year, ICE will be put on trial, and the ICE defense attorney is yours truly, Wayne Allyn Root. The MC is Kennedy from Fox News. Speakers include Steve Forbes, Glenn Beck, Adam Carolla, John Mackey, who founded Whole Foods, celebrity actor Rob Schneider, Dean Cain, Rand Paul, U.S. Senator. Go to freedomfest.com. Use the promo code WAR for $100 off. freedomfest.com. See you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
What would you say if we told you you could reverse most any ailment or symptom
without painful exercises in just 88 days? We have created the only patent-pending intercellular hydration protocol.
Don't miss your opportunity to feel better. We know there's a lot of false hope out there, and many people have bought programs that work for a moment, but life's a lot longer than a moment.
We have been helping people gain intercellular hydration for nearly 3 decades.
You will lose fat, not weight, fat. Fast, including that killer visceral fat. Chronic dehydration is one of the root causes of many ailments and symptoms. Ask your doctor about Energized Health. Don't miss your opportunity to transform your health now.
So log on to energizedhealth.com. That's energizedhealth.com.
Possible side effects may include increased joy, energy, potential reduction in prescriptions, more fulfilling relationships, fewer doctor visits, and overall improved quality of health and life.